talk volleyball on the show. I'm here with McKinney North head coach Shannon Alvarado, talking about McKinney North volleyball and a good start to the district season. You're 3-2 in district, and those two losses have come to the teams right now that are right ahead of you in the standings, 1 and 2, Lovejoy and Wiley. How have you thought your team has done so far in district?
I think we've done a great job. Obviously, there were moments in both of the losses to Lovejoy and Wiley that I felt like if we could have put it together a little bit different, it might have favored us. But the kids are coming out, being focused, and taking care of business, and that's what we like. That's what we've been working for.
Face Lovejoy on the road, and you're able to take a set off of them. And of course, Lovejoy's defending state champion. They've been the model, that everybody's been trying to chase so far in volleyball in the past couple of years in 4A. So that has to be a big confidence booster for your squad.
It was great. The first set we dropped it in true Lovejoy fashion, and then for us to take a set is the first time I know for sure in 4 years that anyone in district's taken a set from Lovejoy. And then to take it at their place was, it just kind of reaffirmed to the players that we have that you're capable of playing with anyone, and it really is any given night that shows up and who plays hard and executes the way we need to. The W can go on either side, but at the end of the day, if you're playing hard and you're doing the things that we want to do and we're competing, it'll take care of itself. So that's kind of been our goal.
The Wiley schools have always, in the past, been the teams that are right on the cusp line of making the playoffs or not making the playoffs, so it's important to get wins against them. You beat Wiley East in 5 sets, you lose to Wiley in 5 sets, but as a coach, you're feeling that you could have played better against Wiley and should have won that game against Wiley East. You should have dominated them but made it closer than it appeared.
We didn't have the best night at Wiley East, and for whatever reason, we always struggle. Wiley East is a hard place to play, and so anytime that you can walk out of there with a win, you're just happy that you walk out with a win. We had Wiley at our place, and I feel like we should have executed some things a little bit better, and Wiley took advantage of those errors that we made. We had 16 serving errors, which is a lot. We had about as many net fouls, so that's an entire set that we gave away in just those 2 categories. So we weren't as crisp as we would have liked to have been. And any time that you lose one at home, it's a tough one just because that's your place. So headed to Wiley the second round, and then obviously hosting Wiley East. We're hoping for different outcomes on both of them, that we play better at our place against Wiley East and that we can go pick one up at Wiley the second half.
In the non-district games, they really prepared you well for district. You lost against some tough opponents, but they helped you to work on your squad. And you come in so far this season, you have a winning record, which for McKinney North's program, based on the past few years or so, you're really looking on the up and up at this point.
It's small steps, small victories. We had some teams in there that, we took care of the way we should have. And then, we faced Centennial, who is just a dominant program. And we played Frisco High, who was, the regional semifinalist last year and lost to Lovejoy to go to state. And both of those matches we played well and did some things that we've been trying to establish in this program for a long time. Our ball control and defense has really been what we kind of ride the shoulders of more so than anything else. But Red Oak, at the Denton tournament, Red Oak's a regionally ranked team, and they're doing some really good things too. So we've seen some really good ones, pulling out a victory against Denton Geyer. And in those tough matches that we've lost, we've also got some of those wins. And so it's put us in a good place in this district to know how to play on both sides.
And Denton Geyer is one of those teams ranked in the top 10 in the area, so that was a big win for you and in your program. You mentioned earlier one of the games you lost to Wiley, that serving was part of the problem, that you had a bunch of service aces. But for the most part this year, serving has been really a strength with your squad. You're able to get a lot of aces off the serve. Why are people such as Darby McClay so effective with the serve?
Darby's just got a great jump float that she can move around really well. A lot of times when people are doing a jump float serve, you kind of just anticipate it to be a one-dimensional type look, and Darby's worked really hard in the off-season developing herself. And not only Darby, Mary Valdez has been able to really score and move that ball around for us, and followed up with Lindsay Denny, aggressive jump, top spin. So we've got some different looks that make it challenging for our opponents. It's not just the consistent ball in play, but we can move it around, and that's really helped us take some of the stronger opponents' offensive players out by moving that ball around and giving us a chance to play defense and go back at them.
Defense is really where this squad is strong. You're really strong when the other team's trying to attack. You're keeping points alive. You're making it hard and frustrating for the other team. Defensively, with the players, What is the scheme of your defense, and how are you able to keep so many of these points alive?
Relentless pursuit, I guess, would be the scheme of it. We've just got some really hard-working kids back there, and Mary Valdez is a senior for us, and she has just really come on this year for us and just really played hard and been willing to adjust when we need her to adjust into different places. And we've really been able to focus on keeping people in the back row that are supposed to be back there, and not necessarily putting people in there that don't have the experience. Darby's second year on varsity, wearing the libero jersey, passing nearly a 2-0 for us every match, really gives us an option every time out of our serve receive. And then defensively for us, keeping that ball at play, Christy Carter has really stepped up and kept us in transition plays. That has allowed us to really execute and run our offense and put some balls away against our opponents.
Offensively, you've had a lot of production from Courtney Kankle this season. She's 13th right now in the area in kills per game. And you've needed some other people to step up to give her assistance, and one of those players that has done so lately is Melissa Nichols.
Mel has done a great job. She's been with me for 3 years on varsity, and as a sophomore, she was really kind of meek and mild and really unsure of herself, and has always been able to play high for us at the net. But this year really has established a great connection with our setter, Lindsay Denny, and is somebody that we can turn to in a time of a quick side out or in a transition ball. She's been able to be up and available, and we saw that against Savannah White from Wiley, who's number 4 in the district, or number 4 in the region for blocks, and really were able to frustrate her, which is a huge attribute to Mel and the hard work that she's put in last year, off season, and then this year as well as a senior.
A couple of important games for you in the district schedule this week. You go on the road with a couple of games, Roy City and Greenville, and those are 2 teams that you need to finish ahead of in order to make the playoffs in this district and not only stay at 3rd, but try and advance to 2nd and 1st place in the district. What's going to be the challenge with these 2 teams?
Headed to Greenville, we went there last year. That's where we opened up last year, and we need to go out there and just, kind of cleanse it and get out there and take care of business. For us, playoffs is ultimate goal, but really our goal is every night showing up the first point and being able to compete. And I think that's something that we still need to do a better job of, is taking the court, and not only taking the court to compete, but taking the court to compete and win that first set. We've been able to do that against some teams that maybe aren't as skilled. We've dropped those sets against teams that are better, and that's really where we've got to make that transition. And this would be a great opportunity for us to do that on the road this week. Get out there, take care of business the first set, carry that into the second set, finish it off in the third set, and get ourselves into a mindset of playing at a higher level the second round.
Well, Coach, it's been a great season so far for you, a winning record so far in district and overall in the season. Good luck to McKinney North in trying to make the playoffs in volleyball.
Thank you.
It's a tough 13-4A district, several strong teams for McKinney North to face. Right now they're sitting in 3rd place along with Wiley East, and they have the head-to-head win already over Wiley East to hold 3rd place. Looking to win again against Wiley East and trying to get wins against Wiley down the road to help jump their spots in the district.